What's going on, everybody? It's your boy NekoDarius, and we are back playing SkyFactory 4. So I've sat back and I started doing some work on some things, you know, off cam to see what we could do better or accomplish. And I was looking at some laser drills. Now, Riz has some laser drills, but mine are increasingly inefficient, maybe because they're all just close together. But there's right now a huge issue with, you know, them getting power if I run them with the dark matter pedestal as well as time speed up. I start draining power really fast. Let me give you guys a quick show of that. So if I put it right here, and not all of them are going to get this, obviously, but then I put it here and turn it on, you notice how this one starts running out of power? There's a lot of power still there. This one is completely out of power, so it's not even working anymore. This one's also dead. This one isn't because it's just outside the range while being in the range. So you see there's an issue where I lose power to the final 3. If I were to do this to the front 2 as well, it would be the same issue. And then if I go upstairs, we'll see that the geothermal generators, which are also running on the dark matter pedestal, would actually fall behind. So you see this one has fallen behind briefly. Now it's catching back up, but it's not getting the power out the way that I was hoping it would, considering it's running power to multiple different things. I mean, this one right here is running some things. You just see it, you know, you can see that it's struggling, but we need to upgrade our production. Now, I've been a fan of the geothermals. I might keep the geothermals just upstairs only, but downstairs I might do something different, which is why I've thought about the bioreactors. So I would cut the power to the geothermal generators right here, leaving the villager trade exchangers, which I haven't even worked on yet, in place, so I could just get the drills running on the power. Turn that off. See, once it's done, it automatically goes back to work. Also, I made 7 of these, so I'm planning on something in the future that relates to the drills. It's just that we haven't gotten to that point yet within our season. And all these are, by the way, running level 2 speeds as well as level 2 energies. So they're actually a lot more energy efficient than they should be, all things considered. But we'll figure that out soon. So I was going through some things and I was like, what can I make that's better? Well, bioreactor. It creates a lot of biofuel, and according to this, when provided with power and biomaterials and will produce biofuel. Each item will increase the efficiency of all the items by 10 megabytes or MBs. At maximum efficiency, the reactor will produce 1,440 MB while consuming 9 different items. And it accepts a lot of the things that we have, including all the saplings. So that means I can actually run something different in the storage unit area where we have all the saplings and things like that, and get the saplings out of there, which is a lot better. It also runs air, apparently. But that would clear up the sapling issue, because we have way too many. Add in the fact that a large majority of my saplings are currently sitting in my transmutation tablet. We don't really have a use for saplings still growing out of the hoppers. So I could actually change up how this is working. Get every single one of these to just run one, just white list of saplings only, pull all the saplings out, and then, and only then, should we be good. Let's get to work. Okay, so let me show you some progress. So we're working on this and we're trying to create these, the item transfer nodes, which means that it's going to wirelessly transfer to where we need it to go. That is a creeper inside of my base. That is quite troubling. Is that an Enderman and a zombie on top of the roof of my base as well? Wow. I am pretty disgusted that these things are here. And a bouncing creeper too? Must be a really low light level over there. We'll have to fix that eventually. But yep, so we've already gotten everything else that we needed done. We just got the item transfer node in, and then I'm gonna repeat this process so I don't have to wait too long for it. But we got to test to make sure it works first. That's the first thing. So let's go ahead and get to work on setting up the bioreactors and things like that. So what we need to make a bioreactor, itself is 2 slime balls, machine case, 2 bricks, some sugar, 2 plastics, and 1 fermented spider eye. We've already got the sugar, we've already got the brick in our inventory, as well as we already have plastic due to other things that we have been working on. Now we just need the machine case, which is luckily something that we could put into our EMC table, and slime balls. It looks like it'll take any, but we'll go with what it says, which is green slime. Go over here to our crafting, which we can do now inside of our inventory due to an inventory upgrade. And I forgot the fermented spider eye, which we also have in our EMC table. Now we can go into our crafting, create it, and boom. All right, bioreactor generator is now, or bioreactor itself is now complete, which means we're going to put, we should put it right about here. And this is where it got fun. So this is a GPS marker. These are what helps things wirelessly transfer. So the plan is to come down here, pop that in. Okay, it looks like it's running to it. Yep, it ran into it. It ran at least 16 of them in there. Now we just got to give it some RF power, which I guess I probably shouldn't have turned all this off. Maybe. Who knows? We'll figure that out in a second. But you can see that there is a plan here for this. So I might give it I might go grab a battery. That way it's battery powered for a second, and then it'll be able to hopefully run self-sufficiently. That's the plan, is make it self-sufficient in a minute. So let's go ahead and get to work on that. I might just use an energy transfer node and honestly just let it wirelessly get the power. So that will require us to grab another GPS, and then we'll go back down to where it was and go from there. All right, now that it's receiving power, it's actually going to create or make 80 MB per item at 0% efficiency, but it's going to make the biofuel that we need. So that's huge, all things considered. Now, of course, it's running without everything that we need. We're going to go ahead and pause it too, so we're not burning energy needlessly yet, but we're going to get to work on making sure everything else gets there. All right, so we managed to get all these up and running. Well, when I say up and running, I mean I got the baseline in. We still have one entire other row to do, and we need to go and grab the GPS markers and put the GPSs in so that they can all go to the same area. So at least I got them loaded up with the saplings. We're gonna have to do some cleaning out of these cabinets as well. I noticed that some of them are showing that there is absolutely none, so the production of what we're needing is kind of limited. That's fine. If I need to, I can also set anything up to run. Is that an Enderman in my base? I can also set it up to run other things. Die. So I noticed that the bioreactor can run seeds, carrots, potatoes, things like that. I also noticed that, we could even put lapis in there. We could put dyes in there. Bone meal. What else? There's plenty. But we can put a ton of saplings in here and have it run, which is what we're going to obviously do. It's just a lot, it creates like 80 MB worth of, fuel, which isn't a lot by all means, but if it's running at its peak efficiency, which we're planning on making it do, then it's definitely going to run what we need it to run to produce the right amount. So let's go ahead and get the GPSs set up. Let me clean up my inventory a lot more frequent, a lot better. And yeah, I'll be right to you guys. A lot easier to do when you set all the GPSs to one thing, which is what I did. I set all the GPSs to the bioreactor, and well, all of them are now pushing things to here. So I need to repeat that process on the other side. That way we're never running out of, bioreactable fuel. And then we got to create the bioreactor generator or biofuel generator, so that we can run that as well. So we'll get the biofuel from the biofuel from the bioreactor, and then it should produce 160 RF per tick. And then we can create as many of these generators as possible, which is actually more power than I believe we have right now. So 640,000 per 40,000. And this isn't putting out nearly 640,000. Yeah, this is 64,000. Even though we have an energy buffer, we upgraded it too. We'll figure it out from there. All right, let's get to work on the other side. Boy, sometimes I feel like I bit off more than I could chew here. Let's get to work. Alrighty, down we go. Now we just got to add everything that we need to add, which is fixing these things right here. So go ahead and make sure we set that, and then we pull out the things that we don't need, which are the leaves, for example. And we also need to make sure we boost all these up to their transfer rates of 64. This one was sugarcane. I don't know if I'm gonna move sugarcane yet. That's just gonna be there for now until I get ready to do something with that, because I don't think sugarcane is something that can go into it. So no point in us wasting time with that. Sticks, honestly, we don't need. Need to go actually back up and figure out what that one was. This is redstone. So in this one, we'll set redstone to allow, and then get rid of what's extra in there. I still need to figure out this one. So we'll sit there and set this one up to that. Requires redstone, so this seems to be the mineral. Okay. Mineral sapling is allowed. And then that one was redstone. That to on, set that to on. Yep, there we go. Got the minerals. I do enjoy getting things that I don't need. Is there anything else coming out of this? Got it, diamond. Okay. About to say. So we'll set the diamond sapling to allow, turn that on, take out the diamond leaves to move that out. There we go, we got the diamond saplings. You guys might think that it's a little wasteful that I'm chucking a large majority of these items out, but considering I got to clean up these cabinets anyway, these have been, you know, for far too long an issue. It's probably for the best that I get rid of some of the overhang, because over there in the big superstructure, as many of you know, is our other sapling production area. So we've got some work to do in regards to getting our saplings and stuff producing properly and getting them to being well, obliterated for our own personal gain. Let's say it like that. Gold saplings in, transfer rate up, get rid of the acorns, and then we'll go through and clean it. This is mineral as well. I put down 2 mineral saplings, and it's been so long I completely forgot, honestly. So good to see that we got the mineral. We'll know what to do with that soon. And then this was lead, which finishes off this production here. Gonna miss those acorns, but that's fine. So all these are now set, and when I say set, I mean set up to pump back to the biofuel reactor. And with that, we can go ahead and add all the GPS markers in. We probably should have been doing this while we were going, to be honest, but I like taking things a little slow. So let's go ahead and add all these GPS markers. I just dropped all the GPS markers. I need to go make some more. Okay, GPS markers are all in, which means they're all going to be pushing now towards the biofuel reactor, which is big because we now can go back in here, and now we got to start clearing out some extra space in all these cabinets. That's going to be fun. Let's get to work on that. Maybe if I can figure out if there's other things in there that could be used. Got to figure this out. I wonder if wood and sticks can go to the biofuel reactor. Give me a second to figure that out, and we'll go from there. By the way, the answer to the question that I asked right before is a resounding no. You cannot find anything for acorns and or their leaves, or the sticks for that matter. Kind of weird, kind of counterproductive and counterintuitive, but I do have another solution in mind for the resin and the acorns, that's just going to be a different Neko problem that, honestly, all things considered, I might take care of today, to be real. I don't think that we should consistently keep letting our productions keep messing up, so I might just have to make a change there so that we don't keep losing things, because this stuff should be honestly getting crafted into their respective things. And since we're no longer in the sapling era, I didn't want anything to go to waste. Also, adding all this stuff and setting all this up, you know, it's near and dear to me, you know. I definitely worked hard to make all this happen. Everybody remembers the struggle from the episode where I couldn't figure out how to make red. Couldn't figure out how to make the red. Wasn't my proudest moment, ladies and gentlemen, not knowing how to make red in this game. Okay. And same with the apples. I know the apple seeds and things like that are available for us to use biofuel, but not the leaves, not the apples themselves. I could probably go to a culinary generator. But who knows? Got a lot of work to do here. So let's just clear out as much of this as we can from a balancing standpoint. But this is fine. So let me just keep clearing these out as best as I can, and we'll get right back into work. Also, just because I can? Really? Are you in my base? Just because I can, let's just go ahead and start running this as well so I can start building up the power that we need. So that'll also help alleviate the potential backlog that we'll see here. Now that we got everything on the outside taken care of, now we need to worry about taking care of the things on the inside. So for example, the biofuel generator is actually at its peak efficiency right now. That's great and all. But now we need to create the biofuel generator, which is 2 blaze rods, 3 pistons, 2 plastic, a furnace, as well as a machine case. The good news is we can knock out a large majority of that right here. So we need a furnace, blaze rods, which is 2 of them, 3 pistons, and a machine case. Machine case and 3 pistons. Man, I love being prepared for things. And since we need plastic, our plastic generation is live and kicking. We've got a furnace running now. Before we didn't have the furnace running, now we do. So we've actually increased our production here. I swear, mobs are getting into my face. I am not appreciative of this. Now that we got that, we can pull up the biofuel generator. Of course, it's too big for that, but not too big for that. And boom, biofuel generator is now created. And just because we can, we're gonna set this differently. So we're gonna set, we're gonna probably set this right here. But before that, almost forgot, ladies and gentlemen, let's never make one of these again. All right, got that made. And then I need a fluid extraction cable, which we should have. We should have some in our EMC, actually. We do. Okay, cool. And if you don't know how to make a fluid extraction cable, it's pretty simple. It's just 4 golden nuggets, a dropper, and a weighted pressure plate to create the fluid extraction cable. So we're gonna run it like that. It's gonna produce all the fluid. All right. Yep. And then going to need an energy. This is producing energy. But we're gonna have to bump this up. That's what we're gonna have to do. All right. So let's go ahead and grab some speed upgrades out of our system. 1 for this one and 1 for this one. That way we're producing at a higher rate. So we're gonna need an energy extraction cable, so we need to break some of these. Because what I plan on doing is we're gonna run a few of these down here. So it's not just one. We're gonna have a second one, and it's gonna run pretty efficiently. Cool. And now what we need is some energy cables, some energy extraction. Grab 2 of those and pop them down. And then we're gonna grab some more energy cables out in a second. But the plan is to get these to link together without having them cross wires. We don't want them to cross the wire. So this will be a little bit different than probably what I was envisioning. And probably a little greedy on power, to be honest, but a lot of the things I do requires a ton of power. So rather than having things run out or die, we'll just do it differently. There we go. We blocked the cable connection going down, so that prevents anything from going down now. And if I ever need to maintenance anything in here, I still can. Just going to be a little bit of a nuisance, but I'm fine with it. I like having the industrial type look to things. So we finally got that up and running, and they're already producing power. Not a lot yet, but they'll get there. So what I'm thinking of is, you guys might kill me for this. Hear me out though. You see this dark matter pedestal? So we know, let me turn off my air charms. We know how they run. So if we put them right about here and then slap a watch of only time on top and press that, it should be able to generate everything we need, right? It's pumping out a ton of FE. I think we'll let these charge up for a second first, and then we'll let them yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna let them charge, and then we'll go crazy with the power. How about that? Let's give it some time. Let's give it some time. All right, so we gave it some time, and we also moved the dark matter pedestal even closer, and now we're producing the 1 million EMC that we need, or FE that we need, and it's all going to each and every last one of these drills. And now the drills are actually fully powered, and they are running as efficiently or as fast as they should. And I think that's good. I think we did it. We've got our biofuel generators running. We've got some biofuel coming. I'll hook up the rest of the storage system at a later date, because that's going to be a heavier lift trying to get all that taken care of. So we've got some more work to do, but when I get all this up and running, we should have everything that we'll need ever. And I'll also probably hook up maybe some dark voids so that we can get all the wood and things like that. I mean, honestly, it's useless in my EMC table. The sticks are useless in my EMC table. So a couple of dark matter systems that hold like 2 billion or something, it would probably be better for us at least. So anyways, if you liked today's video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. We got the biofuel up and running. We've got our reactors running, and we got our laser drills running with peak efficiency on their own power unit, rather than having to bogart the rest of my geothermal, which is upstairs. So now we got 2 different power units running, and this is really big for me. So I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Be easy, everybody.